And what we need to do is now make something called a driver. And this is what is used to, and I super prefer to use a driver than actually implant it into the code. I don't know about anyone else, and I'd rather teach it this way because this is a more practical way, and this is a better way that us coders actually make our code. It makes it more neat. It doesn't make it as long to read. So we're going to start out using a driver, and we're just going to make another class. So we start out and we hit our src, right click, hit new, and we just hit class, and we're going to name it pretty similar. We're going to name it first project driver. And right now we're going to alter something down here where it says public static void main string args. We need to click the checkbox. We want that. And what Eclipse is going to do is it's actually going to automatically implant that into our code, so we don't have to memorize it. We can just implant it. And boom, it's automatically implanted. We have a method already done for us. Well, the skeleton for the method, and this we don't really need, but I'll actually explain this. These two lines are called comments, and what those do are they're going to hide whatever is behind the comment from the Java actually reading it. So it'll skip over that line. That's just strictly for the coder or the readers. It's for our convenience. It's so we can write little notes about the code that we're writing, so we know what each thing does. And that's a good practice to keep up, so you know what everything does in your project and what everything does in your code, so you don't have to look aimlessly to find out what something small does in 200 or 300 lines of code. So right now I'm just going to delete that off because that is not what we need right now. What we need to do is we need to create a reference or a virtual or a copy of the my project.java. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a variable. We're pretty much going to make this. What we're going to do is call it. First, the variable type will be the name of the project. So first project. And we're going to call it FP equals new Okay, so in this line of code, what we did was we initialized as a first project, and if you look in the other code right here, we named our initializer first project, and inside it's looking for an int. So down here we named it first project and is looking for an int, so initialize it as 22. We gave it an int of 22. And the name of the variable is called F_P. And we have to put new because we're making a new copy of that file. And then we can save. And a quick way to save will be to hold your control or command and just hit S. And it'll automatically save your project. And let's try to play. And our driver just created a copy of our Java project, and now it's spitting out these words down here. It says hello world our project just talked to us, you all. We just created our first Java project. Let's make it do some other stuff. So in here, I want it to, let's use the system.out.println, and we're going to actually say some stuff and then input some of our code. So first off, in println, we can just implant string freely, but we have to surround it by these parentheses. So in these parentheses, I'm going to put my favorite letter is, and then after that we're going to go outside of the parentheses because now I want to use a variable, and the way you use a variable in Java is just by putting the variable name. But in system.out.println, we have to put a plus next to this string variable that is currently cradling inside of the system.out.println. So we put plus, and now we're going to use our car variable. So we're going to do car1. And boom, so now it's going to say something to us. So we hit our Control S and we save our project. We go back to our driver and we just go up here to the green triangle in the corner and you just hit run. And boom, it just said something else to it. It said, hello world, my favorite letter is A. So now our project has used a variable while saying something on, as you see, two separate lines. And that's why I use print line, because once you make another print line, it automatically goes to another line. But if you wanted to add a new line, like you wanted a line break, we could just put plus. Well, let's do it behind our hello world because we want a line break in between hello world and my favorite letter is S. So we put plus, and then we put our parentheses, and then we're going to put \n, and that's going to create a new line for us. So we just save it, go back to our driver, go to the green button up here with the triangle and hit run. And now our project says hello world line break, my favorite letter is A. So now we have created our first project. Thank you for joining me in creating our first project in Java. And I hope you stay tuned for our next few videos because we will be going way more in depth in Java and creating a lot more better things. So stay tuned, and I hope you have a wonderful day.